Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Kruger, and today I will be sharing with you how to plan for the CPA exam. Now, Wiley Efficient Learning offers a course resource that you can purchase. It's a program that will help you prepare for the CPA exam, and that is what I will be sharing with you today, as well as just some general information about the CPA exam to help you feel more prepared for it. Now, Wiley has actually had over 200 years of experience. I believe they started in 1807. So they've had a lot of resources to collect over the years. They have definitely built themselves up from a long time and are very credible, and I can attest to that. So as your Wiley Campus Ambassador, I am sharing I'm sharing this presentation with you. I'm spreading some awareness about Wiley Efficient Learning products. So the program that they offer, I would like to offer you a discount for that, and I'll be sharing that with you guys on the email or announcement wherever you might be finding this, as this video is for Vanguard students. And how to get that discount I will share as well. So for this presentation, I'll be sharing with you the education and experience that's required for the CPA exam, the CPA exam timing, the exam format, so what the structures of the exam look like, as well as the application process. So the 3 E's to getting your CPA licensure is the exam. So you need to pass the exam to become a licensed CPA. You need your education, and you need the experience that comes prior to that as well. So what that looks like is, for the educational requirements, you will need a bachelor's degree, 120 total semester units, and then the specific units are 24 accounting subjects, or 24 semester units of accounting subjects, 24 semester units of business subjects. And then, but in order to be licensed, you will need 150 total semester units, including 20 semester units in accounting study subjects and 10 semester units in ethics study subjects. So I'll let you write that down if you would like. And you can always pause this video if you would need to either write something down or just take it in or go back. This video will always be available to Vanguard students, or at least to those that I'll be sending out to in the Accounting Society. So for the experience requirements that I mentioned before in regards to being a licensed CPA, you will need 1 year of general accounting experience. So what that looks like is, and you will need that signed off by an active CPA, by the way. What that looks like for the type of work is around 2,000 hours of part-time, but 12 months of full-time. So basically just 1 year of general accounting. And the type of licenses that are available is, there is a type G and a type A. Type G is a general license, and the type A is a more specific license that allows you to sign a test reports. That's the main difference. Now on to the CPA exam timing, the timing portion of it. I will be sharing with you what structures look like for it. So I know there's a lot of information, but no need to be overwhelmed. So the main 4 sections, there's the auditing section, there's the BEC section, which is a little bit more of a general business information. There's the FAR section. So if you've taken intermediate accounting, most of that stuff will be found in that section, as well as regulation, the last section. If you like taxes and all of that stuff, that's where you're going to be finding that information. And so all the bullet points that you see here on the screen are all ones that connect with those sections, if you would like to take a little bit of a longer look at that. So Big Rock Theory suggests, and I will definitely agree with this from what I've been able to research, that the best order to take these sections in, as they are separate sections and you can take them in certain order or however you like, it is recommended that you take the FAR section first, the auditing and reg section, I guess, in the middle, and the BEC section last. Now, the BEC section, I believe, has the higher passing rates, and the FAR section takes a little bit more time to prepare for. So I believe that's why they started at first with the FAR section. Now, in terms of the timeline, the moment you pass the first section of the exam, you're going to have 18 months to complete and pass all the other sections. Once that ends, then you'll kind of have to redo it. But so let's say you start with the FAR exam on January 1st. You'll have a year and a half or 18 months to complete all 4 sections and pass all 4 sections. What Wiley Efficient Learning offers is in their program. One of the amazing features of it is the CPA exam planner. And so what you can do in this is you put in your start date of when you're going to start studying, what your finish date is when you take the exam, how many hours you want to work on certain days of the week, how many hours per week, and it will allow you to create a plan in terms of studying all the different course content in preparation for the exam. Now for the suggested study time for each section, you're going to want to spend around 200 hours on the FAR section, 100 hours on the auditing section, 120 on the reg section, and 100 hours on the BEC section. So like I said before, 200 hours, they recommend spending a little more time on the FAR section. You might be more proficient in one section versus another, but these are the recommended hours for each one. So you will definitely want to plan to start studying as early as you can for these parts of the exam. In terms of the exam format, you're going to, as you see on the screen, it's broken up into the 4 sections of the exam. It takes about 4 hours to complete each section, so that's why you take each section individually. But there are multiple choice questions, task-based simulations for each one, but the BEC section also has written communications, I guess, questions. And so you might be wondering what the scoring looks like, the scaling for the scoring. I'll explain what that is and what that looks like in just a moment. So for the FAR, auditing, and reg sections, it's 50% multiple choice and 50% task-based simulation questions. For the BEC section, it's 15% for the written communications, 50% for the multiple choice, and 35% for task-based simulations. And this is again just another slide that helps understand what type of questions will be on each section, what the weighting is, and I guess how many there are and how ordered they are, or what order they come in. And again, just another structure or timeline of the test section that you might see. I believe this is for, I'm not exactly sure which one this is for. This might be for the BEC, or maybe this applies to all of them. But this is how the time is going to be allocated throughout the test. Obviously, you want to pace yourself, but just like as you may have taken like the SAT, it is split up into sections within the section of the test itself. So it is an organized test. And this is what process you'll probably go through in taking the exam. Now on the CPA exam, this is what one of the multiple choice questions will look like, but also through the Wiley Efficient Learning practice questions, this is what it will look like as well. So this is what it will look like for the multiple choice. This is what it will look like for the task-based simulation questions. So that's what it's both going to look like on the CPA exam, as well as the Wiley Efficient Learning program, which is why I personally recommend the Wiley Efficient Learning, because I just personally like the feel of knowing what the exam is going to look like and feel like, so that it's not as overwhelming when taking the actual exam. So on exam day, you will be having this page come up. It will be the welcome page for the CPA exam. You will have about 5 minutes to complete it, and a total of 10 minutes to complete all the introductory steps. And so one thing that is recommended is, I believe you are given a laminated piece of paper. And so you can, after you finish the welcome page and your beginning steps, they recommend that you get through that, so that whatever time you might have left, you can use to allocate to kind of just brain dumping all the information that you might have, or all that you might want to write down, all on that laminated piece of paper, just so you use the best of your time. But one major point of that is you have a time remaining, as you might be able to see right here. Your time remaining is something that you need to keep in mind, because if you run out of time, run out of those 10 minutes, you will actually have to reapply for a new exam. And that you definitely do not want to make that mistake. So for the application and examination process, to give you an idea what that looks like, each step that is there, you're going to apply for the exam. You're going to receive a notice to schedule your exam. That's when you schedule it, you take the exam, receive your score, and then at that point, you're going to repeat all until all the sections have been passed within that 18-month period that I mentioned before. And then you're going to take the ethics exam, apply for your licensure that needs to be signed by an active CPA, and then you can maintain your license after that, which I believe a license will expire every 2 years. I believe that's what it is. I might be incorrect about that, but that is how often you will need to reapply to get your license. So one thing that you will need to do is to schedule your exam with Prometric, and is recommended that you apply to schedule your exam about 45 days in advance, just so that you get the right amount of dates and times, so that you're not constricted on your schedule. But the online scheduling tool where you schedule your day does provide a various amount of hours, and some weekends are available as well. I know for me personally, I would like to take the exam on a weekend just because, I don't know, I would just like it that way. So for the scoring of the CPA exam, you can see what the timeline is above, but just so I can walk you through the steps, Prometric will send the responses to the AICPA for scoring. The AICPA will send it to NASBA, which will send it to the state board, and the state board will then release the scores to you so you can see your scores for the exam. Now for each section, this is what the pass rates look like. Now, I don't want you to be overwhelmed by these percentages, because remember, you are able to retake the sections that you do not pass. So for the cumulative column, you'll see what it kind of just looks like throughout the year, either on average or, just collectively. You can see what each section's pass rate is. And as you can see, the BEC has the highest pass rate, and I believe that is why people tend to save it for the last part. And far for the beginning, because the moment you start, the moment you pass your first section, that's when the 18-month period begins. And so you kind of just want to end it off with the easier one. Not that it's easy, but I guess it tends to have a higher pass rate. Now, some of the resources that might be available to you, you can see the link that is provided there. I recommend going to that. It'll help you with the licensing process, I believe, and the contact information that is there. You might want to write that down. You can always come back to this video and pause it and either write it down or just call the numbers or send out an email. But it will help you to prepare, just asking the right questions. The exam and licensing handbooks are provided, educational requirements tip sheet, as well as a self-assessment worksheet. So that's just some good resources provided to you. The journey to the CPA, just to kind of give you a general overview of what we covered. There's the education requirements. Once you have those completed, you'll want to go through the application process, then go to the scheduling of your exam, scheduling how you study, take the test, and then either retake certain sections or work on getting your license for it. Now, this is what the collection of resources that Wiley Efficient Learning offers to this program is. There's so many resources. You have the flashcards, the online courses, the lectures, the notes, videos that are really helpful that I've even used in my courses myself. And through these courses, once you actually make the payment for this course, you will have free updates continuously without the extra charge. But you will have the course with you until you pass. So it's not like a subscription. You just pay it once and you keep it up until you pass the exam. And so some resources that you might want to know that they provide over 300 task-based simulations with automatic grading, over 6,000 practice questions in exam format, unlimited simulated CPA exams with performance reports, electronic textbooks and flashcards, mentor discussions with university and faculty, as well as the numerous lectures that they do provide as well. Now, the reasons why it is so that you will pass using the Wiley program is that they have all the essentials, the 12,000 AICPA exam questions. I don't know, I wouldn't assume that they would be the exact same questions, but it will cover the same content, so it will be very helpful in that way. They have bite-sized lessons, which will help you schedule to study day by day in preparation for the CPA exam. You'll have the free updates till you pass. You have the best authors, lecturers, and mentors that you can reach out to and ask questions about the exam or about the exam content, as well as 9 out of 10 end up passing when using this program. And so you do, it's just proof that the resources are well developed that will help you to actually pass the exam. Now that is it for this presentation. My name is Brandon Kruger. There's my email for you Vanguard students that might want to email me, ask any questions. Feel free to check out efficientlearning.com/CPA just to maybe learn a little bit more, do your own personal research about it. But good luck to those who may be studying or already signing up to take your CPA. I definitely recommend learning about it now as early as you can, just so that you feel more prepared with it. But let me know if you have any questions. I can always send you a contact if you have further questions that I cannot answer, but feel free to reach out. And have a great day.